Alright guys, on today's episode we're going to be putting resistors on the 2007 Yukon XL Denali after we installed our fancy LED turn signals for like 20 bucks. The lights themselves are awesome, but once we start like driving around the streets and all that, it has hyper flash. I'm going to help you guys get rid of the hyper flash on your Yukon XL Denali. That's hyper flash into the regular turn signal light with no hyper flash. So to get rid of the hyper flash, you have to put a resistor. We're using 50-watt resistors straight from China, company name ZoneTech, and this is a 8-pack that I got. The more you get, the cheaper it is. I just bought it just in case, maybe for another project, future project. So inside you get your resistor in the package. Very simple. Little thingy jiggy. So, and it comes with these little taps that comes in a package. This, I'll tell you right now, throw this in the garbage. This is garbage. And so do not use this on your car because it's only gonna last like a month. You know, it's gonna start corroding and the wires are gonna fall apart. Then you gotta redo the whole process again. The best way of doing like any type of wiring is to solder the wires together and use heat shrink or liquid tape. And then you're good for many years, so you don't have to worry about that. So that's all right. The things you're gonna use to do this, I'm gonna use my soldering iron from Track Power. It's like 100 bucks. I had this for like 10 years now. Keeps working, can't kill it. Got some shrink tubing, liquid tape. This is really good to have in your garage. To have this, it's like 10 bucks for this bottle. So this is always good. I got my drill to tap the hose. I'm using 1/2-inch screws, wood screws, to mount the resistor straight into the panel of the truck and stuff, so the heat is dissipated through the truck instead of this hanging or vibrating loose, or you don't want that just mounted to your vehicle. To remove the light housing, we're going to be using a 7mm driver to remove the 2 screws. I got my number 2 Robinson Makita for the screws, for the wood screws. I've got some solder. This is all that I got left right now. I killed all my solder. Got to go back to the store and get some of those. I got a little blowtorch for the heat shrink. That's what I use to do that. In my situation, I extended the wires. I used the old speaker wire that I had from my other trucks. I put like sound systems, like 10-inch subs, 12-inch subs. I had this laying around, so I just cut a couple sections like 10 inches long to extend it. So when you mount it to the body of the truck, for example, you still have all this space to take out the housing of the light and to work on it. Maybe a light bulb burns out, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So you could do it like that. All right, guys, we're gonna start over the 7mm. Remove the 2 screws that hold the housing. Take your housing, wiggle, wiggle, pull. It gets you access to your wiring. So the bottom one, your bottom light here is reverse. This is your side marker light. This is your turn signal right here in the middle. And on top is your brake light. So the turn signal, I already did the driver's side. This is the passenger side. I'm gonna take from the dealer, from the factory, it's taped with electrical tape to hold the wires together. I just take that off to give me more room to play with the wires. So I take that off, and now it gives you access to 4 wires of the turn signal. So what I'm tapping into is the yellow wire and the black wire. So it's this wire here and the yellow wire for the 2007 Yukon XL Denali. In your situation, like if you have another truck, you guys have to check the polarity of your wires before you start cutting into, you know, splicing into. You don't want to be cutting wires for no reason. Then you're gonna have open circuits everywhere, and then if it rains or if it starts snowing and salt gets in there, it's gonna destroy everything, and then it's gonna be a cluster F. I'll tell you that right now. All right, guys, so I got this. I'm gonna use my wires, puller snippers, thingy jiggies. Well, that was too much. Okay, got this one. So all you need is a little bit, like a little space like this. Then you take your wire, twist it a little bit, put it in there like that, loop it around. Then take the soldering iron, solder that together. Okay, I turned on my soldering iron. It's nice and warm now. So I have a little piece of solder left. I just put some on the tip. It starts burning. And then you slowly let it warm up. That's it. So that's one wire down. The second wire, same process. Put a little bit on the tip. Try to not breathe in the smoke. And just slowly let it soak into the wire. The wire is gonna heat up and start sucking it in. That's it. And you're finished. That's that. So after all that wire, this is all that I'm left with, this little bit. So you better have a lot of soldering wire with you. After you're done, just take a little look at it, at the wire. Wait a couple minutes before you touch it. So we're good. We penetrated all the way. It's solid. So now, after that, I take the liquid tape. Just use a little bit. All it is liquid rubber. So just tap a little bit on the sides, underneath. So do it like that. I always like to put 2 coats. So this is like a first coat. Let it dry. So let it dry like half an hour, and then it'll become hard into rubber, and then I'll put another coat on top just in case. All this does is protect the wire from having a short and making it waterproof, so resistant to water. Depends where you live on climate. We live in Canada, so it's always a disaster here with the salt and the weather, hot, cold every day and stuff. One day is summertime, next day is winter. And that's it. Okay, so we're gonna wait for that. I'm gonna put one more coat. They're gonna start reassembly everything. Oh, we have to mount the resistor to the truck. I'm gonna put it right here on the body of the truck, right here. So it's a little divot into the panel. This is sheet metal, so it's thin sheet metal, so I could just use a wood screw, this 1/2-inch wood screw and stuff, and it'll go right through and stuff. You don't have to buy like self tappers or anything like that in this situation. Good. All right, guys, I put 2 coats on the wires of liquid tape. Now it's time to mount the resistor. I already put 1 screw into the resistor. This is how I'm mounting mine, straight to the panel. I'm using a 3/32 metal drill bit and stuff, so I'm using it. So I'm drilling that as a pilot hole. Then I'm gonna use my 1/2-inch wood screw and shove it in there. That's it. So now it's solid, mounted to the body. So that's why I extended the wires, so I have lots of room to play if something goes wrong, so I still have access. Just put your wires in there. Good. Everything is good. Pops right in. And you take your 2 little screws here. That's it. There you have it, guys. Easy install of load resistors for your LED turn signal lights on the Yukon XL Denali. I'll leave a link to our Amazon page where I got these load resistors. They're cheap. It was an 8-pack, so I got extra just in case. If you guys like the content, please comment, subscribe, like to our channel. All right, guys, thank you very much. Have a nice day.